Welcome back to this tutorial. So we are going to carry on with our folio, and we've done our inner page, the front, the flip out. All that I've done is that one there was part of this one that we cut off at the bottom. These ones over here that you see is the one that was cut off from this one, and I've just placed it on so it can fit onto the flip out, because that piece there is too small to cover the whole area. That's why I've just add those strips in from this one that we cut off, and it actually looks very nice. It frames it better. So this page is done. We're going to go to the back of that inner page. This is the other part. Remember, we cut this one in the middle, or sort of in the middle. And we are going to use this for the other side of the inner page. We just need to see that it's going to fit. It will fit in the width very easy. It's just the length that we're going to have to cut down a little bit. So I am just going to pencil. I'm just going to measure to fit. So this is eyeballing. And I've got my mark over there. And I can measure that for you if you are more comfortable with measurements. And that will be 8 1/8. We're going to trim that to that side, and I'm just going to do mine. Let me get my trimmer, take the arm out. My space is getting smaller, and let's trim it down. I'm going to the 8 1/8. Line it up, 8 1/8, and cut. Now, you people that's got these trimmers, just to give you some advice, when you do cut from the top, leave your blade down to the bottom, and then your next cut is from the bottom, so that you can cut your blade from both sides. Otherwise, you're gonna just cut from the one side and your blade will get blunt. So if you use it up and down, it is so much easier for your blade. Put this in your stash pile, your reserve, whatever you want to call it. And let's close this up. And we're going to bring our book over, and let's put this in. I think I cut mine a little bit too, I did not even cut it straight. Let me just fix this up and I'll come and show you. So that's better. I've cut mine so it fits onto my page. So what I'm going to do is score tape all around, glue in the middle, and we're going to glue it on. So this page, we are going to leave it as is. It is so beautiful. We will let the paper, the prettiness of the paper, do the work for us. So let's put that in. Okay, so that is all done. And I'm very happy for so far what we achieved. Now we're going to come to the back side. This is going to be our waterfall page. Now this is a little bit wider than what the normal pages is. So what we're going to have to do is, the paper that we need for this is 7 by 8. I decided to use this one. You can use a different one if you want to. I decided these flowers here, I wanted on this side over here. There's my score line. I want these flowers on this side because we are going to have our waterfall coming this way, and that will look very nice to show on that side. So we're going to cut this down at 7 and 8 inches. I think the 8 and 1/8 is a little bit too long. I have to cut down every time. So we're going to do this 8 inches and this is 7 inches. So we're going to get our paper trimmer. We're going to cut 7 inches and then we cut 8 inches. Right. If you want to turn it and you want to cut your 8 inches down and you want that piece as a whole length of a piece, you can do it, but I prefer this side to be a whole piece because that works out much better for the next project that I want to do. So this is going to be, that one is going to be 7 inches. Let me measure and just make 100% sure before you cut it. Yes, that is 7 inches and we cut it down. Now also, this is what I want to tell you. This is what I do. I normally look and see what is on my paper, what pattern, what motif, whatever I want to save, I want to work with. Then I will turn it so I can have it onto the left hand side. Then I know this is safe. This is what I want to use. I hope you understand what I want to try and tell you. So we're gonna, let me cut it and I'll show you. Okay, I've cut it on the 7th inch mark. Sorry, it was this way. So I cut it on the 7 inch mark. Now this is what I want to use. Then I'll turn it this way, and I know if this is onto my left hand side, I'll save and I will not cut into my pattern or whatever I want to use. And then I'll go up to the 8th inch mark and cut. This we're going to put aside with this one and we put it on our clip. And it cuts so smooth. Right, let's go into this side and let's see. Now, you have to make sure that you are away from your score lines. Now, I said that this is gonna be the waterfall. Our waterfalls that we're going to use, this is 4 of them, and you need to cut that by 6 and 5.5. At the 5.5 lengths, you need to score it at 1/2 inch. This needs to be very straight because this is our guide for putting it on the page. Then you will have the closure for that, but that we're going to put aside for now. We are going to work with our waterfall. Now you can decide where and what you want to do with it. I like this picture here. So the waterfall is going to be, I'm going to give you some options. You can have your waterfall, everyone, in a square going down that way. You can turn it and you can have your waterfall coming down this way where it all flips up. But I'm going to do it a little bit different. My first page for my waterfall, it's going to be over there. The next one, I'm going to bring it a little bit down, and this one a little bit more, and then the last one a little bit more. It's going to be like that. Make sure you're still safe, yes, and then you can pull it. That is our first one that's in, and we can burnish it very well. Now we're going to do the last one, or the bottom one. I've got pencil marks here. No, let's do that one. Let's do that one. I think there's the two left. So there's two. We're gonna butt that one up next to that, but we're just gonna leave a little bit there, so that space there is 3/8 of an inch, and we're gonna put that one down. So I'm gonna do mine, and I'll show you. I'll just take the Scor tape a little bit. I never take it off all the way. I'm not that good. I struggle too much. So just a little bit that I've got some pulling. And I'll butt it up. I've got my mark there, a pencil mark. It's 3/8. And I'm going to put it on that pencil mark. And then I'm just going to make sure I am next to that Scor line there. I'm quite happy. Put my hand there, and now I can press down. So, and that is that one. So the next one, I've got my mark there for a 3/8 of an inch. You can do it all together. Let it like in a square if you want to. And let's fold that to the side, and I am gonna butt it. Make sure I'm on my pencil mark there. Yes, I am. I am on my pencil mark, and let's pull that. Yes. And then we've got that one. And that is our waterfall. We've got a little bit of a gap here, but that's not a problem. We will fill that in. That is the waterfall. And then we've got the closure. The closure that we need for the waterfall, it is 6.5 in the length by 3 inches. You can have the width as what you would like to be. And then we're going to score on the 6.5 inches. Turn it that way. Put it in your scoreboard, and you're going to score at 1/2 an inch. And then just 1 notch on, and that will be 5/8. And we're going to score. And we're going to finish on both Scor line. And that is what we're going to have. So when you put your photos on, you need to have a little bit of more room, and that will be going over there with a magnet. You can put it at the top, you can put it at the bottom, you can put it on the side or that side. It is really up to you where you want to put it. I'm going to do mine on this side, so it's going to flip out that way. It depends on what picture I can get to put on here, because there's a lot of ephemeras, what they call ephemeras or cutouts, and maybe that's gonna be, or the flower. I'm not going to do that one now. I'm going to just work on the waterfall first, and then we're going to see what will fit nicely on that, and then that will determine which way we can put it. So let's grab the paper for the waterfall. The paper for our waterfall, this is the page I want you to grab, and we are going to cut. This is 6 inches, and you're going to cut, and then we're going to have 2 of them. We'll put this one aside for now, and then we're going to turn this, and then we're going to cut at 6 inches, turn it, and then we're going to cut this 4 7/8. Then we're going to measure this one as well, and we're going to cut it 4 7/8. That gives you a really nice border all around. I'm going to cut mine, so you need 4 of this, and you will get it out of your one sheet. This is what it looks like. That is what's at the back. So this is 6 inches, 6 inches, and then we're going to turn it, and we're going to cut it 4 7/8. Move on, 4 7/8. So you've got 4 of that. I'm going to do mine, and I'll show you before we glue it down. Right, I've got all mine, my 4, and this is what we had left. Don't throw that away. We'll just put that in our reserve pile, and let's just put it in, and it's safe. Now, they are basically all the same. Some of it's just got writing at the side here to tell what kind of lace that is, and some of them there's nothing. On the back side it's like that. What you can do, you can alter it if you want to, just have something different, and I think that is what I am going to do. I'm going to glue mine down, and I will show you what it looks like. Mine is all glue in, and let's flip it. There's nothing on this side. I normally don't put anything on this side. It is just if you want to put an extra photo there, or if you want to do journal about what's happening with your photos here, that you can do. And that looks very nice. Now I just seen I've got some pencil marks. I just need to get rid of it. Let's see this page. I think it was just that one that I spotted. That's it. Right, that is our waterfall. Now let's go into this one. I still haven't decided which way I want to do it. You need to do it now before we put this in our book, because that flap is going on the bottom or the back of our page. So that's why we need to decide it now what we're going to do with this. I'm just going to go through the paper and see what I've got left and what we can use. So this is what I decided I'm going to do. Mine will be from the top coming down, or I can do it from the bottom, but I think I will stay the top so that it can flip out. In your stash you will have a piece of a pattern paper like this. We're gonna put this on, and we're gonna fit it. Maybe that flower, it is looking nicer. Yes, so I am gonna do this, put it in, and I just have a little border all around. When I'm done with that, I've got in my stash this piece that was left, And I cut this one out. That was from the paper in your book. It's all these ones, the tags, the tag shape, and it was the bottom one here. I've cut that one out, and I'm going to mount this onto this cardstock just with a little border all around, and I'm going to put that on top there. I'm going to do mine, and I'll show you when I'm done what it looks like. So this is what I've got, and that is that one. If you want me to give you the measurements, let me do so. In the width, that is 2.5 inches. The length, we've got 5 3/4 that we can glue down, and then the backing of this one will be 2 3/4, and that way it will be 3 3/4. Right, let's glue these ones on, and I'll show you what mine looks like. We still need to do a magnet on this one, but it's going to be on the back. And burnish it very well. If glue comes out, just take it away. This is so nice about this bone folder also. I can just pick the glue up and I'll just clean it on my hand. It is, love this bone folder. You get that one and you get that one. That's the two that I like to work the most. There are other different ones, but those two are my best friends. And let's do this one as well. And just the best as you can. That's all. In a nice border around. And let's burnish it. There's glue coming out. Pick it up. That side. I think I've moved. Yes, I did. Now I cannot get it to move, and I will just trim it down. Now we're going to put it on the pattern paper. And you can do it in the middle. In the middle. And I'll finish it from this side. I moved again. Right, so there will be nice and heaviness to this to hold it down. And I think that looks very pretty. Now let's do this side, and we are going to do the magnets. So these ones that we've cut off, so you can decide which way you want to do it. I'm going to use this one, this side, and we're just gonna cut it to fit, and a little bit down, a little bit down, and I'm gonna do my pencil marks on that side, and I'm gonna cut it down. Now I'm not going to use that one. This one is going to go into our reserve. We're going to use that one that we've cut off from that side, and let's see. So I'm just going to cut this one in half, and then we'll put it on the side, on this side, and then we can put that one on top of it. But let me grab my magnets first. And I am going to do the magnets first. And my Scor tape, I prefer to put it on with the tape. It is, I know there will be glue over it, but I also know that they're secure. And let's take this off. So I've got the tape onto the magnets, and again I just want to get an idea where I'm going to put it, because we still need to put one on this side. So it's probably, probably going to be there, over there. I don't like putting magnets on the corner or at the bottom, because I've done it before and I tear the paper. And it was such a mission to get it all fixed. Okay, so I just need to take the mate off. Just put it aside. Now I'm going to cut this in half, and then I'll put the halves first, and then I'll put this one over it. I'll show you what I look like. So that is what I look like. And the magnet is over there, and I'm just going to grab the mate, dropped it, and I'm going to put that on top of him. And I've got Scor tape on the flap. You've got 2 Scor lines away from your Scor lines, and that's where I've got my Scor tape. Because when it goes in like that, you need to have it on this side of the flap, not that side. Right, so we're going to come and position this and see where do you want it. I've got some pencil marks here. That's it. And let's see, in the middle, that's probably I am going to put it. It's in the middle. Well, the best as you can. And now I'm just gonna take it over. Now you've got your 2 Scor lines. You need to move this up to your first Scor line, and that is where you're gonna fold it. And I am going to move this up, and I'm going to level it with that Scor line there, that one here, so I can get my middle here, because it does not look like I'm in the middle. Hope for the best. No, that's it. We are in the middle. Now we're going to take this little one off. There is Scor tape hanging over. And let's press that down. Lift it, and there it is. Now we're going to do something decorative over there to hide our magnet. We could have done the magnet underneath this paper. Normally I will do this one last, but I wasn't 100% sure what I'm going to do with this one. Right, I'm just going to get something very small to put over there. On our front page, we've got some nice goodies here that we can cut out. We've got that tag there we can cut out. Don't cut that out, we need that. We've got that flower to cut out, but I think I'm going to cut this one out. So I'm just going to get into that and just turn it. I don't want all of this, but I don't also want to destroy the paper. I don't know what I might need. And I think I'm just going to fussy cut the flower out, and then let's put it there. Let me do mine. That is what mine looks like, and I think that's going to be very pretty. So let's glue it down. Just make sure you are onto the edge. And that's it. My bone folder. That's it. Very nice. Now we can put this in our book. We're going to put Scor tape all around. Please put Scor tape in the middle, because this is going to work very hard and you don't want to damage anything. Alright, I'm just going to grab the wider one and do my Scor tape. Pull it in, and I'm just going to grab my folio. Just make some space and see that we can, away from the Scor lines, away from our Scor lines. Okay, now I've just got some I'm gonna lift that one and that one, and I'm gonna put some glue inside. And I think I'm going to lift these ones. I'm going to be brave. I will put a little bit glue over it, not a lot, just to give me time to position it. Let's turn it, hold it. I hope I'm in frame for you, and let's plant it. I just want my Scor line away from it, and away from that one. Yes, I'm safe, and down. So yeah, and I'm down. Now we can do the rest. We can lift and take all the other backing off. Just gonna turn it. And that's it. That is our waterfall. We're not finished with this yet. We still need to do the strips here, but we will do that last and see what nice paper we've got left for the strips. Now we're coming to the inner page that we're going to put in here for this side. Let me grab it all together and I'll show you what we are going to do. So this is our inner page, and then you should have 5.5 inches by 4.5 inches, and then we're going to score on the left side 1/2 inch, and at the bottom we're going to score 1/2 inch. And then we need to have a belly band. The belly band, it is 4 3/4 by 2 1/4, and we're just going to score at 1/4. We might change these measurements when we put the paper on. With this, we're just going to burnish it, and we'll burnish that side. Now we've got the corner here again, and I will show you. That is our corner, and we are going to cut it again, like a little bit away from the score line. We're going to cut like on an angle to the point there. Normally what I also do is I take my pencil and I make a dot, and I'm going to cut up to the dot, and I'll turn and I'm going to cut there on an angle. And that's it. That's just to take the bulk away. When you fold this over and you fold that over, it just makes it a very nice pretty corner. And we just need to have some nice crisp line. Now we're going to grab the paper for this, and this is the front of the inner page. That is the back of it. So this is going to go all onto the front. Let's grab the paper for that. This is the paper that we are going to use for it. It is so beautiful. So let's measure. So this is a lot going on here. You need to decide what is it that you want to show on your paper. Let me show you. This is going to be a pocket. That's going to go on this side, and that's going to be a belly band that goes over the pocket. So that piece there, it's going to show. And I think that there I want at the top. And let's measure and see how we're going to do that. Remember, we just need to have a little bit of a border showing. And now, this is another thing is, when you do this, when you put it on like that, just remember, you've got 4 sides. Yeah. You just show 2 sides, but you need to calculate these 2 sides in with your measuring over here. And I think that is what I'm going to be. That looks, maybe it's too much. I can always cut off. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Pencil mark here, and with my score line there, and a pencil mark there. So I'm going to cut mine down and I will show you what it looks like. I have to apologize. At this stage, it looks like I don't have any sound. So what I've done is I've cut the back page for the pattern paper that goes onto our flip page, inner flip page. I've cut that down to 6 by 8 and I glue it down or tape it down. Then the middle where we are going to do the pocket is the side pocket. The paper for the side pocket, it is 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then we're going to do the belly band. The paper for the belly band will be 2 inches by 3 5/8. And then I've just cut one of the circle motifs out with the butterfly on top of it, and that I'm going to put on top of the belly band. I really apologize for this sound. I've got no idea what happened, why it's like that. I'll have to do some investigation to see what is going on with my computer. And my butterfly is in. Well, it's on. Then we're gonna try for the middle. Let's try for the middle. Let's turn it. And we're gonna put some Scor tape on that side as well. This one, it's gonna go for there. That's why I've done that as well. And then let's do that one quickly, and let's do this one quickly. I forgot to do this. Burnish it and burnish it. Right, let's get the middle again. Yep, I'm in the middle. Turn it. Let's pick it up. Finish it down. And this side. Fold it over and burnish. Now we're going to put some Scor tape here as well. It is a belly band and we will use it. So just put Scor tape in the middle and then we can just glue it. And just glue on this side. I'm just going to lift that one up. That's the bottom, and let's do glue. I'm very brave. I'm gonna do this. I'm very brave. And let's just put glue on the side. Just gonna put a little bit over there. So I've got to maneuver. I normally don't like doing that, but yes. Okay. Off your Scor lines, not very close to your Scor lines, and in the middle if you can, Let's see. I think I'm good. Well, it's done. Now I've got some glue coming out here. That's glue. Okay, that is all good. That we're going to put aside, bring in our inner page, and then we are going to tape, glue that one in. Tape and glue, or just tape, and that's going to go on top of the page. Let's do the page first. So there is my glue, it's on, and I've got tape in the middle. I'm going to turn it, make sure my pretty side is up, and I'm starting away from my score line, and let's see, I'm pretty good, and in you go. Right, now let's lift the backing of the score tape. And we are done. Let's burnish it very well. And I've got pencil marks. Right, now let's do this one. And we're going to use the smaller. That. And burnish it. I'm just going to do a little angle cut here. That's it. That's all we need to cut off. And let's take this off. And this one. And we will be brave again. And now we're going to put it not very close here. I just that way. Just so the long one is going underneath the bottom one. And that's going to help us to position this. A little bit of a border to show off your pattern paper. If you can do that, it will be fine. And I think I'm done. I'm in. Okay, that is That is a side pocket and a nice belly band. Then we're going to come to this side, but that will be in the next tutorial. Thank you very much. I really have so much fun making these folio. I had this paper for so long and it is so beautiful. Let's go to the next page and we will do that in the next tutorial. Until the next time.